Officers Association, Steve Gillan. Welcome, Steve. Thank you for coming in. I covered some of the issues with the Science Minister there, but let's go back to you've been a prison officer, obviously, in a couple of jails, Pentonville and Chelmsford, I believe. So you know about older jails. I mean, is a place like Wandsworth, 1851 it was built. We're going to talk to a prisoner who's been in there 3 times, and he says the one place crooks don't want to end up is Wandsworth. They say it is a Victorian hellhole. Is it fit for purpose?
Yeah, I think Wandsworth and its ilk are fit for purpose. They probably don't have the same problems of the concrete collapsing and things like that. So I'd say Wandsworth is fit for purpose if there was the proper capital investment to make it fit for purpose, and also resources and staffing. And that's one of the major difficulties that I hope, Kevin, we actually got on to talking about, because
of course, yeah. I mean,
it's drastic.
Yeah, because as I said to the Science Minister there, on George Freeman, you know, and fair enough, it's not really within his brief, but we know that of the staff that should be, the prison officers that should be working at Wandsworth Jail, there's only 70%. 30% staff shortage. That has to have an effect on security, doesn't it?
It has a massive effect on the day-to-day routines for prisoners and staff. Now, Wandsworth over the last few years has been decimated, quite frankly. I mean, our national chairman, Mark Fairhurst, went on a visit to Wandsworth, and he reported back to our executive several months ago, and we raised it with the prison service about the lack of staff, hardly any regime taking place, prisoners getting frustrated, and they can't retain staff. Do you know, we've actually got a situation at Wandsworth. It's the most overcrowded prison.
Yeah, it's like 40% oversubscribed.
Yeah, I mean, there's over 1,600 prisoners. There's what they call a certified normal accommodation, right, of 960, I think it is. So the 600 prisoners overcrowded. That means that you've got 2 prisoners sharing a cell that's designed for 1.
Well, I've also heard, we're going to talk to this former prisoner there. He said that during his first term there were 4 to a cell.
Yeah, he's probably going back to the 80s, yeah. But I'll be interested in hearing from him, actually.
What about, I mean, you know, despite this, the point taken, I mean, you know, an understaffed prison is a sort of quite slightly frightening concept. As George Freeman was saying, that relies on the cooperation of the prisoners. And if they're not in the mood to cooperate, God knows what might happen. But despite that clear crisis, that clear problem of staffing, surely basic security checks, like, I don't know, I've seen it in the movies, that they put mirrors under the lorries as they leave the prison.
Yeah, Kevin, something's gone wrong, quite clearly. Otherwise, I wouldn't be sitting here today. Yeah. There is an investigation. I would much rather, actually, that there was an independent investigation, so that people who are independent can look at every aspect of what's happening at Wandsworth and either say, Steve Gillan's talking a load of rubbish, there's no shortage of staff, they haven't got rid of all the experienced staff, and everyone's hunky-dory at Wandsworth. I know it's not okay at Wandsworth. And to be honest with you, I feel sorry for the young staff that are coming into prisons today. They're trying to do the best job that they can, and they've been totally let down. When I joined 30-odd years ago, I wasn't left to my own devices as a new recruit. I had a mentor that I sort of was attached to. These young officers coming in now, men and women, you know, they're coming in at the age of maybe 18, 19 years of age, when it used to be...
How much do they earn, Steve?
Well, the starting rate has improved, so you will get, for London jails, over 30,000 and different things.
So an experienced officer?
The experienced officers have been badly let down by the system, because their pay has effectively been frozen.
But what would an experienced officer...
Just over 30-odd thousand.
But hang on, so you said that the new recruits...
Young ones are coming in, they've caught up with the experienced staff now.
I see.
So when they first started, way back when they changed it to fair and sustainable in 2012, the starting rate of pay was dramatically low for new starters. Right, what happened was they got rid of 10,000 prison officers effectively on redundancy in 2010, 2012. We've never recovered from that, Kevin. Not recovered at all. And it's only recently that the government will spin it and say, we've recruited 4,000 in the last year. Out of that 4,000, 3,200 have left.
Do we need to build more? We're going to go to break in a second, and I want you to stick around while I talk to Barry, a former Wandsworth prisoner. Do we need to build more prisons to stop this overcrowding? I suppose the problem then will be, where's the staff?
Well, they shut 18 prisons, from 2010.
Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, ridiculous.
The issue is, I don't think it's about building more prisons. I think it's about getting the balance right. We're vastly overcrowded. We're effectively at the point of locking out, called Operation Safeguard, where there's too many prisoners to fit our prison system, and they're getting locked up in police cells. So it takes your one riot, effectively, away from a complete disaster, locking prisoners out.
Yeah, that's the worry, isn't it?